when we were kids, we all have some stars.
Yes.
See if I'm on base with this. And maybe it's the athlete with like the highlight reel, or the musician who speaks to our teenage angst, or the movie celebrity who just seems larger than life. And it's not all bad. Those people can inspire us or show us what talent or focus or creativity can do. But somewhere along the way, we start to worship them. It switches, right? We hang a poster, we quote them like scripture, right? Or we think that's greatness, and then bhakti starts to rise, like the morning sun, right?
Yeah.
Something real, something eternal starts to glow in the heart, and suddenly all those stars that once lit up our sky, they're faded. They're still there, but you see them for what they are,
Hmm.
little lights against something infinitely brighter, right?
Yeah.
That's when you realize it's not the fame, it's the light behind everything that deserves our love.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from the Big Apple, New York City, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a Bhakti Yoga podcast with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York City, Kaustubha. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Big Apple. Welcome to my mom's apartment. Mara, this is episode... Caught you.
1865?
I thought we were in 16.
Yeah, that's
18.
Oh, no, 17.
oh, no, 16, 1685. Okay.
1685. Welcome to the show, beautiful people.
Or is it 1686?
It might be
Happy
86.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm in New York. I'm in New York.
You seem a little lost in New York.
I'm a little lost. Something about New York City apartments. It's a little claustrophobic. They're like always super hot. You know,
You're
they
hot in
crank the heat up. And yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm trying to figure out how to get up to the consulate today. Got to go to the Japanese consulate.
Oh, where's that?
I don't know.
Well, then you're gonna have trouble getting there.
Yeah, I don't know. They maybe one of those rent-a-bikes that you ride.
No, but I'm saying, where is it?
I don't know. It's like up in the 60s or something.
On the east side of...
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Park Avenue.
Park Avenue. Yeah.
Okay.
You have an appointment there at 11:30, Purple.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for you.
All right. All right. So how do we do this?
Well, why
Good
don't
morning,
we go,
everybody.
Why don't we go ahead and move over to Maraji and see if she's got any announcements? Then we do
I
another
do.
after that.
Good morning, Mayor. What's it like being
Good morning.
after everybody leaves the farm? You're there alone in this big, gigantic structure. Is it
Peaceful and quiet.
Is it peaceful, or are you
peaceful.
just lonely?
No, she's got
No,
Gus.
not
She got
lonely.
the birds.
I actually don't have Gus. Gus took himself down to the neighbors as soon as our guests left.
No kidding. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's like, this is kind of boring without
Not enough
anybody here.
action for that dog.
Yeah, he's a party dog. But
Of sorts.
He's a party dog. It looks like a hangover dog more.
But we did get another chicken. My daughter came back with a
Another
chicken that was
a
rescued.
chicken from New York City.
Yeah, it
Right.
fell off a
Rescued a
chicken
chicken.
truck.
Oh, wow. A rescue chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Mara, announcements.
Yeah, we're going to have a special show tomorrow at our regular time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And Raghu will be interviewing Jiva G from the Bhakti Recovery Group in anticipation of their big celebration on Saturday.
Yeah, it's 5-year anniversary of Bhakti
years.
Recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
so
many
we're talking
lives
about
have been
Bhakti.
touched over those 5 years? Lives saved, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of lives saved.
yeah.
So- and there's also a Bhakti Recovery Group meeting happening tonight in Philadelphia. It's both online and in person at the Bhakti Garden, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And for more details about Bhakti Recovery Group meetings, people can go to bhaktirecoverygroup.com.
All right.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I'll see everybody there tomorrow.
Excellent.
Taking names. All right. Any other announcements?
That's it.
How did they get the name Big Apple? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
The Big Apple. And it seemed like historically it just started one day, like in my lifetime. It's like, okay, we're going to start calling the city the Big Apple.
I think it was before you were born.
Mara, can you search that up? I don't think so. I think it was in the 70s.
All right, I can see.
History
The
of
phrase the
Big
Big Apple originated in the 1920s
Yeah.
as horse racing slang for the New York City racetracks, where the prizes were considered the biggest.
Oh, the Big Apple.
The Big Apple. Okay.
That's just from the
Stand
20s.
corrected. A lot of things were created in our lifetime, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll give you that.
Snowboarding,
Okay.
bubble yum.
Okay, Raghunath.
Important things.
I impress my
Nuggets.
kids all the time. I remember when they created bubble yum.
They're very impressed, I'm sure. Okay. Nugget. There's a nugget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mara reads it.
All right. So today's nugget comes from Christy Ann Martine.
Yeah.
Never
I
heard
think
of
she's
her.
like a
Same.
writer, a modern day current writer, poet.
Okay. She says, the stars slowly faded as the sun began to rise, and I found eternity in the morning sky.
Oh, yeah. Again, Raghu?
Read that again, miss.
The stars slowly faded as the sun began to rise, and I found eternity in the
In
morning
Raghunath's
sky.
eyes. In the morning skies.
Want to go first, Kaustubha?
Go for it.
When we were kids, we all have some stars.
Yes.
See if I'm on base with this. And maybe it's the athlete with like the highlight reel or the musician who speaks to our teenage angst or the movie celebrity who just seems larger than life. And it's not all bad. Those people can inspire us or show us what talent or focus or creativity can do. But somewhere along the way, we start to worship them. It switches, right? We hang a poster. We quote them like scripture, right? Or we think that's greatness. And then bhakti starts to rise like the morning sun, right?
Yeah.
Something real, something eternal starts to glow in the heart. And suddenly all those stars that once lit up our sky, they're faded. They're still there, but you see them for what they are. Little lights against something infinitely brighter, right?
Yeah.
That's when you realize it's not the fame. It's the light behind everything that deserves our love.
Yes, Raghunath. The light behind everything. I like that.
The light behind everything. Very
Yeah,
interesting, huh?
that reminds me of Bhagavad Gita's 10th chapter. Vibhūti Yoga. It's called, right? The chapter. Vibhūti. The prefix V means something that's like special or stands apart from everything else.
Yeah.
And Bhu means to like manifest or to arise, to appear. So Vibhūti is a noun. And it just means anything that's like, that stands apart or that arises as special amongst everything else. Krishna is saying that's me shining through it. Right? Like try to see, he's trying to give us a different vision, right?
Yeah.
It's like we're living in a world where all these things could be distracted. This is the central message of the Gita, is Krishna saying, bring your mind to me. And if you do that, it's just like you plugged it's like when we're disconnected, it's like we're depressed, we're angry, we're confused, we're hankering for things. We think, we're just not situated right. And when the mind is brought to that original source of everything, our very source, and we plug it back in, he's saying, bring your consciousness back to me. Then actually we light up, right? And he's saying, wherever you see something special, understand that that's me shining through it. And so then when you see something, it's not like we need to run around the world trying to avoid like seeing things that are special, That is one way that people practice yoga, is kind of remove yourself from everything. But if we could see everything, anything that captures our attention, that would potentially distract us. If we can see, oh, that's ultimately that's Krishna shining through it. Then no matter what we're seeing God. We're seeing God through everything. And so I like what she said here. And I also really like that idea of it's a fact that as we advance in bhakti, these things fade, these things that we gave our heart to. It's not necessarily that we turn against them like
Yeah.
with like some kind of animosity or something like that, but it's just like they come down. Our attachment level to them, our excitement about them comes down. Sometimes you see these sports fans, and it's just kind of it's like a
It's like a
little sad,
religion. It's
right?
like a religion
Yeah,
almost,
it's
isn't
like,
it?
come on, man, you're a grown man, you know. It's like, you know, it's fine that even it's fine that you find interest in it, but like the way that you're investing in it, investing your mind, investing your heart in it, it's just not worthy of it. You know, it's just not worthy of it. Find that which is worthy of it. Like you said, that which, you know, deserves our love, really deserves our focus, and go there. But but for the bhakti yogi, I think it feels good. We kind of feel like we're getting somewhere when we see that I don't, I got no hatred or animosity. It's not like a bitter thing, but those things don't mean so much to me anymore because there's something more worthy that means so much more. And just like the stars, they seem really important at night,
Mm.
and then when the sun rises, oh, you don't even see them anymore. They don't really capture your interest.
You know, I remember when I first became a devotee, and it was reading the Mahabharata, and I was thinking, these are my new heroes. Arjuna is my new hero.
These are my
Yudhisthira
heroes.
is my new
Yeah,
hero.
right.
Bhima, it's like you just replace your heroes,
Yeah.
and the heroes have different. You know, they have real courage, or they have not just like a talent, but they have the talent that's blended with the concept of liberation. Of
Mhm.
they have character. Those are the real heroes in this world. People, to me, it's like they have deep character, they have deep insight, they have deep knowledge, they have like a detachment, they have this loving heart. And sometimes we do. The classic one is sort of like I grew up worshiping O.J. Simpson because
No, Jay.
we were football
I
fans.
actually had a poster of OJ on my wall in my bedroom.
Yeah, see, and you become like him. You know,
I hope not
you
too much.
I know you will become like him if you keep that poster up. But I had sports stars on my walls. And, so back to OJ, it's sort of like this is the person we're worshiping, and the whole
He was
world
so
worship.
charismatic,
He
right?
was so
He
charismatic.
was like handsome,
He did
charming
the
guy,
Hertz
totally together,
commercials,
so smooth.
and it turned out to be whatever he
He
turned
was
out to
he
be.
became disappointing in a big, big
Yeah,
way.
I don't even know how that ended up, but
He got away with it, but then he
did
got
he
busted for something else,
or
did some
something
time.
else? They caught him.
Yeah.
Mm. So the point is, we worship their external or we worship their talent, but when we get to know their character, we're sort of saddened.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the old world had one up on us. The heroes were more like these renunciates or these sages or these learned people,
Right.
um, and they were the leaders. They were the leaders we looked up to.
Mm. I I like the way that she wrote. Again, she wrote, "The stars slowly faded as the sun began to rise." That is the way that it happens in bhakti. And then the fact that she used this word eternity, I found eternity in the morning sky.
Mhm.
In other words, we attach ourselves to all these things like, OJ was the man for a while, short
Sure.
while. And then, you could imagine him, he's at USC, right? He was like a big star there, right? Set all kind of records and everything.
Yeah.
So you're the big man on campus, like you are that guy. Like of all of us college students, they got, 40,000 students in the school or whatever. And like you're the one that's on TV every weekend, that's just like blown people's minds. And
And
you're,
with every sports team, there is the glory boy, the
uh-huh.
person, the quarterback or the running back or the tight end.
Yeah. But to speak of like someone on that level, then you're in the pros and you're setting records there, and women adore you, men are so caught up in your
Men adore him too.
men adore him
Women and
too.
men adore him.
Women wanted him, men wanted to be him. And and so anyway, for a short time, and then it's gone. But can we invest our mind and our heart in that which is eternal, that which won't go away, that which 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, eternally will remain worthy of our investment? That's where the sages are looking, right?
Sure.
In what's sat, and what's true, and what's not here one moment and gone the next.
Well, there's a desire for a superhero too, and sometimes someone like OJ can fulfill that. Like, wow, he's doing that, and he broke this record. Or if we don't have that, or maybe we're a little younger, we'll take it to Spider-Man, or we'll take it to Aquaman, or we'll take it to Superman, and then we grow out of that. But then make an adult movie of Batman, or an adult, right? It's just, oh yeah, well, this is
Come
cool.
right back to it.
When I was a little kid.
Go backwards now. Yeah.
But in Vedic culture, that superhero was always there. Children are reading the comic books of Lord Ram or the great sages, right? The gods and goddesses, or the tales of Lord Vishnu. And then they get a little older, and maybe they read the Bhagavad Gita, and then the Bhagavad Gita starts to manifest a different scent or flower or bud, and then it gets into full bloom as you're in your 40s, perhaps, and it has it takes on a whole nother thing in your old age, the Bhagavad Gita and these stories of Lord Ram and the stories of Lord Vishnu. And so that has always been there, that desire to want to look up to someone and be inspired by someone. We just switched it out with less than worthy souls for the most part.
Right. And sometimes it's also impressive. Sometimes some kind of star will receive that adoration, have trouble digesting it, processing it, and come out and say, "Hey, I'm not that guy."
You're worshiping me, but it's by God's grace. Thank you for this award.
Sometimes they'll do it like that. Yeah. And sometimes they'll even be they'll have a difficult time in that position, and they'll just kind of frankly say to people like, "Hey, you are screaming your head off at me like I'm something special. I'm not. I'm really not."
Sure.
And so
there are people, there are people out there that are in the music industry or the acting industry or the sports industries that do have some type of
Vibhūti.
Not just the skill set you're following, but they actually, they have character, or they have some spiritual thing that can inspire you too. We're not saying just like reject everybody who's not, walking around with a bead bag.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying like whatever brings you, and I think that's true. Whoever brings you, sometimes I'll find an author. Of course, they're not necessarily a Vaishnava, but they're an author that brings me to a certain place in my life that I was like, this is completely useful for who I want to become. And I still have an appreciation and like a worship for them in one sense,
There's nothing wrong with that. Actually a wise person should be able to see the good wherever it is and appreciate it. That's even one of the pillars right there, Raghunath, right?
See the good.
See the good in others and let them know.
Oh, yeah.
But what is it that we're really appreciating? Is it something that has some eternal value, or is it something that's just flickering and is gone and hopefully fades as something more meaningful is arising? And that's going to happen with Brahmā. He, in one sense, he's the top of the universe, and we're going to see that even he, even what he was manifesting in the material realm is ultimately insignificant. You ready?
Yeah.
Right.
But he is worshipable.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother thing. This was just a momentary miscalculation on his part.
Thailand, tons of Brahmā temples everywhere you go. Serious. Really? I don't think they call him Brahmā. I don't know what they call him.
Because generally he's not
obviously Lord Brahmā, sitting on a lotus, 4 heads.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Ready to dive into this?
I'm ready.
Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim vyasam Tatojayam Mudirayat. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is ever a means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, and to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and the Srila Vyasadeva of the author. Nasta prayeshu badreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmadatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Where are we at? Canto 10, Chapter 13, text
45.
45. Okay. Alrighty. As the darkness of snow on a dark night and the light of a glowworm. I guess was a glowworm like a firefly?
A firefly is included as a glowworm. But there's it's
What
not
are you, a part-time insectologist?
I did my research. I knew this would come up. A glowworm.
Tell me about arachnids, Kaustubha.
A glowworm. A glowworm is a general name for several kinds of insects that produce light through a natural chemical process called
Luminescence.
bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence. Okay.
So glowworm doesn't refer to just one species. It's a common name for various beetles and larvae that can glow.
I'm a pretty hard guy to impress. But I went to a bioluminescent bay in Puerto Rico.
I remember that.
Remember
did a
that?
show. We talked about it on the show, yeah.
Did we? I was very impressed.
With the bioluminescence of the water.
I went on a
creatures.
new moon night. It was super dark. And you see these bioluminescent fish just swim by. It was unbelievable. I even had a bioluminescent fish jump out of the water over my clear. It was like a clear kayak made of like clear plastic
You went out
material.
so that like on some kayak that's designed to see the bioluminescence.
Yes, but you could just see them. You could even pick up the
Amazing.
water. There's bioluminescent little bugs in the water.
Things that
That's what it is.
that Krishna creates.
It's beautiful,
Amazing
fascinating.
world we live in. The fish world is actually, there's so much beauty and creativity and
Tell me about fish, master.
artistry in there. What's the matter with you? He's losing it.
We've lost him.
Yeah, he wandered
Tell
away
me
from
about
you
the
one day.
octopi,
He's falling
Kaustubha.
apart. I'm just saying, there's a lot of beauty down
It
there.
is. It's a lot of mystery. It's a lot of beauty. I follow a lot of
I'm not
various
Trying to be David
maritime
Attenborough
channels.
over here or something.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
continue reading. Let's start over.
As the darkness of snow on a dark night, and the light of a glowworm in the light of the day have no value. The mystic power of an inferior person who tries to use it against a person of greater power is unable to accomplish anything. Instead, the power of that inferior person is diminished.
Okay, what's the
that is
context?
very good. Well, Brahma is a superior, powerful person, more powerful than all the devas. And here he's trying to trick Krishna, but Krishna is the ultimate source of Brahma. And so you can't trick Krishna. He's the original trickster.
Right.
And so he seems
Whatever mystic power Brahma has is granted to him by Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Commentary.
When one wants to supersede a superior power, one's own inferior power becomes ludicrous. Just as a glowworm in the daytime and the snow at night have no value, Brahma's mystic power became worthless in the presence of Krishna. For greater mystic power condemns inferior mystic power. On a dark night, the darkness produced by snow has no meaning. The glowworm appears very important at night, but in the daytime, its glow has no value. Whatever little value it has is lost. Similarly, Brahma became insignificant in the presence of Krishna's mystic power. Krishna's
Interesting.
Maya. Yeah.
It would be interesting. You know, you think of fireflies,
Yeah.
which there is they create a sense of wonder and joy and everything when people see them, right? It's like, wow,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at them, right?
Yeah.
And so and they only come out, you know, it starts to get dark and they appear. And there's this excitement created, you know, they grab our attention, they grab our interest. But in the daytime, zero.
They might
Nothing.
be like right in front of your face,
Yeah,
but you can't
the
see them.
bug.
I'm not sure. Maybe they only come out at night, or they
Maybe.
could be everywhere and you're just not noticing them.
Yeah, and if you did, it would be like it was a bug.
Yeah.
But it's when it's dark, it's like what a wonder of nature. It's my God, it's beautiful. Um, and as a bhakti yogi, it might be interesting for us to say, are there any glowworms in my own heart? You know, like,
What do you mean?
well, in other words, people, you know, that I have some kind of worship for that really aren't worthy of that worship. That you know, it's like I've given my heart somewhere um, that's really not fully worthy of that, and it's kind of keeping me from giving my heart completely,
Mm,
you know, to Krishna.
mm, mm.
And when it goes completely to Krishna, this is always the important point, right? It's like when it goes to completely to Krishna, it connects with everything, but in the right context, you know, framed properly within truth, you know. But where do I give my heart, you know?
I like
Am I
that.
able to give it fully to Krishna?
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mara, do you want to answer that question? I think he's
Yeah,
directing it
Mara,
towards you.
who are your glowworms, Mara?
Who are you worshiping that's not worthy of worship?
Tell the truth. She can't
I
think
don't
of
know.
any.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
Okay. Any famous knitters out there that just like blow your
famous
mind?
famous weavers, Betsy Ross, perhaps. Like, oh, Betsy Ross.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Shall we move on, Raghunath? Next text.
Yes.
Raghunath's a
Right.
little
Did
lost
we read the
without you, Mary.
purport? Did we read the purport?
We just did read the purport. Did we read the whole thing? I thought we
Yes.
did, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did.
Text 46. Then, while Lord Brahma looked on, all the calves and the boys, tending them immediately, appeared to have complexions the color of bluish rain clouds,
Mm-hmm.
and to be dressed in yellow silken garments. What is happening now? Purport. While Brahma was contemplating, all the calves and cowherd boys immediately transformed into Vishnu Mortis,
Forms of Vishnu.
right? Forms of Vishnu. Having bluish complexions and wearing yellow garments, Brahma was contemplating his own power and the immense, unlimited power of Krishna. But before he could come to a conclusion, he saw this immediate transformation.
Okay. Now the word here, Raghunath, for that complexion,
Yeah, what is it?
Ganashamaha.
Ganashama.
Ganashamaha. Right. That's a name for Krishna, right?
Yeah.
He's got that certain complexion.
All those personalities had 4 arms. You know it's cool, Kaustubha. Sometimes you meet like an Indian person in America that aren't necessarily devotees,
And they have 4
but
arms.
they'll say their name is, what's your name? Dr. Ganasham. I was like, man, it's Ganasham. Or they'll say something like that. Uh, something like Mr. Dr.
Bridge
Bihar.
Mohan.
Bihar. Bridge Mohan. Lal. Lal. Ah! Like they have these great bridge bossy names, but they're sort of out of context. They're sort of like your foot doctor.
Don't tell
or-
me how I saw this because I don't even remember. But I remember once seeing. I don't have a gambling problem right now. Just relax. Don't go there. But names are like a racehorse,
Okay.
and this racehorse was like Bridge Mohan.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes. And could you imagine, Bridge Mohan coming off the side? Bridge Mohan. It's Bridge Mohan.
Bridge
By a nose.
You must have been cheering.
Bridge Mohan.
Well, also you see that all over in India too, because it's part of their names. They're named after deities or devas or Vishnu or Krishna. So you'll see like Bridge Mohan Cement You're like, oh, Bridge Mohan
I'm
cement.
buying that one.
Bridge. I'm buying that cement. It warms our heart, I think.
It does.
Right?
It does.
It warms our heart. We see Bridge Mohan cement.
Bridge is another name for Braj, which is another name for the Vrindavan area. And Mohan is. It was right here. It's Krishna who bewilders one.
Yeah.
He's bewildering Brahma here.
Bridge Mohan.
This is the Brahma Vimohan Leela.
Vimohan means
special
what? Very,
bewilderment.
very, very Mohan?
Yeah, very special
Very
bewilderment.
Mohan.
Yeah.
Like really big illusion.
Okay. Now let's hear about this.
If anybody's got
this
like
is the
an
moment.
if anybody's got an Indian friend or Indian doctor with a real Krishna name, put it up on the message board. I'm curious.
Okay. Now this is the moment. It's happening right here, Raghunath.
Okay. All the personalities had 4 arms, holding conch shells, disc, mace, and lotus flowers in their hands.
Now this is interesting, right? Because if we go back to the beginning of the 2nd canto.
Yeah.
You with me, Raghunath?
Yeah.
Go right over here. Right over here.
You know what? It's like, I don't know how Merritt does it, but we have so many different screens. All the screens are getting layered. I can't see which screens. Don't worry. I'm looking at you. I just
Okay.
can't find you.
What was I saying? We're
know.
sleepy this morning. Something like. Oh yeah. So 2nd canto, we hear this story about the birth of Brahma and how he's on this lotus flower in the dark. There's no sun yet.
Yeah.
So like the whole universe is dark and he's trying to find his origin, which is very important for us to realize. Like that's the natural first thing we're supposed to focus on. Where do I come from? Right? Not be distracted by all these glowworms, but like, where do I come from?
Yeah.
That's where my attention needs to go. And he connects with Lord Vishnu. Vishnu gives him instruction, and Vishnu even shakes his hand, right? And so he's got this understanding. Vishnu is the origin of everything. And even Narada, his own son, turns to Brahma and says, look at you, you create everything. You are. He's like, no. I'm just a glowworm in one sense, right? Like my light comes from another source and my power comes from another source, and that's Vishnu. Now he's seen this boy Krishna and he's like, everybody's getting excited about this boy, but let me show him my power. Then he got confused, and now he's like, now all of the boys and all of the calves, all the cows, he's showing him now, they're all me. But he's showing them they're all me, they're all Vishnu forms. They all have four arms, and they're holding the lotus. Now that's something Brahma knows about, right? The form of Krishna he didn't really know about. He didn't really know its status. But these Vishnu
this
forms
is one of
he
those.
understands.
Brahma's having a Krishna miracle right now.
No, it's big time.
Right. This is like one of those. You walk out the door, or you walk into the subway, or we've had these experiences where we get an Airbnb. What was that? We got an Airbnb once. There's a big picture of Radha and Krishna on the wall, or something like that. It's like, what? How can that be? Just one of these things that, like, the chances are too ridiculous.
That all these boys would turn into Lord Vishnu?
Well, no, it's just sort of like you're in complete illusion and walking around through life, and then you get this like wake-up call. A wake-up call, like, oh, wow, this is Krishna right in front of me. I can't believe it. Like you're having your
this is Vishnu in front of me.
You come to Krishna moment.
Yeah. And so now and this is interesting. This boy can not only is he my Lord Vishnu, he can produce Vishnu forms at will, like many of them, just like boom, all coming from the Krishna Murti, from Krishna's form.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens with the devotees. Sometimes we realize, these sometimes we get bhakti and we're like grateful for all the devotees. And after a few years, we start to take them for granted. And we forget the magic power, like the fairy dust that the devotees actually have and have transformed our lives. And sometimes we get a glimpse like, where would I be without these people? Right? These are like my A-list people. It's like the people that bring out the best version of me. Sometimes I have to step away from it all. Sometimes I have to step away from the association of people endeavoring on a spiritual path. Has anybody ever experienced that? You step away, this is too much for me, and you back off, and you realize how crazy the material world is. And then you're like, wow, these people are powerful, and they empowered me, and they bring out the best version of me. And when you find those people who are bringing out the best version of you, keep them close. These are your A-list people. Don't take them for granted. They've been sprinkled with magical fairy dust for you, right? And we've all got some of those people in our life. Don't take them for granted. It's easy to take people for granted. They
Get
act like
distracted
you.
by
They
the
eat like
glowworms.
you. They burp like you. They do ordinary things like you. Not ordinary. If they're connected to Lord Vishnu, then they're going to have this same effect on you. And when you step outside that sacred circle, the material world is going to start to rain hail down, and then we get to appreciate. Huh?
Okay.
That's where I'm at with you, Kaustubha. Really
Thank you.
appreciating you lately.
Thank you,
I've been
Raghunath.
in illusion, walking through fog, bumping into trees, falling down holes. But I see your beauty now.
Thank you, Raghunath.
I do. I do.
Okay. All right. Now let's hear more about these how these boys transformed all those personalities.
Jamie Step Dojo says there are bars and liquor stores with one name, like when you look them up with their liquor license. I don't know why he's looking up their liquor license, but it'll say Radha Krishna Corporation or Sitaram Corporation.
Yeah.
And that's sort of sad.
But
a liquor store, but whatever.
we'll take it.
Okay.
All those personalities had 4 arms.
Where are we? All those
Holding-
personalities had 4 arms, holding conch shells, disc, mace, lotus flower in their hands. They wore helmets on their heads, earrings on their ears, and garlands of forest flowers around their necks. On the upper portion of the right side of their chest was the emblem of the goddess of fortune, also known as Mara.
Shvatsa. Oh, sorry.
Mara. That was for Mara. Furthermore, they wore armlets. That's something we don't see so much in society anymore. No one
Armlets.
decorates themselves with armlets anymore.
Occasionally you'll see a lady wearing armlets.
Yeah. In India, not in America. No one's rocking
No,
an
I
arm,
think like,
armlet.
some
My kids wore armlets
did they?
when they were little and dress them up with a little kavacha on their arm. Rocco had an armlet when he was 13.
Okay.
They wore armlets on
They
their
got
arms.
tattoos now.
Now they get tattoos, I know. The Kaustubha gem around. What have we done, man? It's like we've made it so everyone's got a tattoo.
What have you done?
Except you and Mara.
Yes, it has to.
Furthermore, they wore armlets on their arms, Kaustubha gems around their neck. I want a Kaustubha gem, meaning I want
Can't
a
have
little
one,
picture of your face on my
Not
neck.
me. Okay. You can have
Or a
that.
little doll of
Not
you.
quite the same, but he's losing
A
it
little
again.
Kaustubha head bobble. All right. They wore armlets on their arms and the Kaustubha gem around their necks, which were marked with the 3 lines of the conch shell, and bracelets on their wrists, with bangles on their ankles, ornaments on their feet, and sacred belts around their waists. They all appeared very beautiful.
Oh, what a view. What a
What a
vision.
sight. What a sight.
Commentary.
All the Vishnu forms, this is a purport, all the Vishnu forms had 4 arms with conch shell and other articles, but these characteristics are also possessed by those who have attained sarupya, right? They have the rupya, the rupa, the form. Sarupya mukti, it's a type of liberation in Vaikuntha, and whose consequently have forms exactly like the form of the Lord. However, these Vishnu forms appearing before Lord Brahma also possess the mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustubha gem.
That's
Which are-
that's the distinction.
Interesting.
I once heard a talk by Srila Prabhupada, and he was saying that like in Vaikuntha, there's planets where Lord Vishnu is the deity, the worshipable deity, and
Sure.
everyone there has 4 arms, and all the male forms look just like Lord Vishnu. You can't tell the difference.
So how do you tell the difference?
He said, this is the difference right here, this mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustubha jewel. And Prabhupada said, it's just like, he said, it's like, just like your president has this presidential seal, right? But in any case, he said, that's how you tell the difference. We were talking about this over the weekend. There's this most fascinating masterpiece of literature, the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
Yeah.
And there it describes how this one, the main character, this Gopkumara, how he travels from the earth up through the higher planetary systems, going through each one of them. You know, he becomes the Lord Indra, he becomes the Lord Brahma, he goes to the very highest planets on the earth, he transcends them, goes to the realm of Shiva and through the Brahmajyoti, and he enters into Vaikuntha. And he's in the on one of these planets where like everyone has a form like Lord Vishnu. And he sees one of these forms and he's like, oh my God, that's my Lord. That's my Lord. You know, and he's bowing down and like the person's like, no, come on, man, like straighten up. I'm not Lord Vishnu. I'm just one of the people around here, you know. And then they say to him, and you are qualified now. You can have one of these forearm forms, right? But it wasn't meant for, he had some deeper kind of love for Krishna. So that although it was amazing and incredible and wonderful, it still wasn't quite right. He had to keep moving till he got to Goloka.
Very interesting. You know, it's okay, let's go on.
You are you
gonna say
without
something.
Mary, you are lost, Raghunath. Did you need? So you haven't
Just
drank your
wandering around
mushroom
New York
drink or
City.
something this morning, or what's going on? Okay, read this again. However, these Vishnu forms.
All right. All these Vishnu forms had four. Okay. All these Vishnu forms had four arms, conch shell, other articles, but these characteristics were also possessed by those who have attained Sarupya Mukti and Vaikuntha, and who consequently have forms exactly like the form of the Lord. However, these Vishnu forms, appearing before Lord Brahma, also possess the mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustubha gem, which are special characteristics possessed only by the Lord. This proves that all these boys and calves were in fact directly expansions of Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, not merely his associates in Vaikuntha.
So Brahma knew these are all Vishnu.
Yeah,
because of
Vishnu
those-
himself is included within Krishna. All the opulence of Vishnu, excuse me, are already opulent. All the opulences of Vishnu are already present in Krishna, and consequently, for Krishna to demonstrate so many Vishnu forms was actually not very astonishing.
Not very astonishing.
The Srivatsa mark is described by the Vaishnava Toshani as being a curl of fine yellow hair
Yellow hair.
on the upper portion of the right side of Lord Vishnu's chest.
Little cowlick, maybe something.
Yeah, you know how sometimes men get hair on their chest, and sometimes they have I've got like a rogue gray hair popping out, like
Something
white
like that,
hair.
but
It's like,
not
where
exactly.
is that? But this is very beautiful. It's so the one on Krishna is exact same. Is Srivatsa the same on Krishna as it is on Vishnu?
I believe so.
It's a yellow hair.
Yeah,
Isn't
he
that
has a yellow
interesting?
hair.
Why would it be? Out of all the things, it could be a unique thing. It's a yellow hair.
Yeah, I think it's more than one hair. I think it's like a curl
Are
of
you
hair.
positive? I thought it was one rogue hair.
We need to look. Mara, could you look into that?
What is?
Yeah, I thought it was a tuft also,
Yeah,
but I
more
don't
like
know
that.
where I got
Oh,
that from.
almost like some people have a tuft of, white hair or.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
cool.
yeah, Nishina says sometimes white or silver. I think I've heard.
Yeah, interesting.
This mark is not for ordinary devotees. It is a special mark of Vishnu or Krishna.
What if I opened my shirt and you just saw golden hair? You'd be like, oh my God, maybe Raghunath, I'm treating him too. Okay, let's get serious.
Yeah, look at serious.
Get serious.
649.
Every part of their bodies, from their feet up to their heads, was fully decorated with fresh, tender garlands of tulsi leaves, offered by devotees engaged in worshiping the Lord by the greatest pious activities, namely hearing and chanting. Purport. The word Buri Pun. Okay, anyway. The word Buri Punyavad Arpitai is significant in this verse. These forms of Vishnu were worshipped by those who had performed pious activities for many births and who were constantly engaged in devotional service. Bhakti, devotional service, is the engagement of those who have performed highly developed pious activities. The accumulation of pious activities has already been mentioned elsewhere in the Srimad-Bhāgavatam. Shukadeva Goswami says, those who are engaged in self-realization, appreciating the Brahman effulgence of the Lord, and those engaged in devotional service, accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a master, as well as those who are under the clutches of Maya. Thinking the Lord in an ordinary person cannot understand that certain exalted personalities, after accumulating volumes of pious activities, are now playing with the Lord in friendship as cowherd boys. Who could understand that? In our Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, now Prabhupada's speaking about the temple in Vrindavan. This is
He's
so
lying
cool.
there right now.
There is a tamal tree that covers the
Ah.
entire corner of the courtyard.
Yep.
Before there was a temple, the tree was lying neglected. But now it has developed very luxuriantly, covering the whole corner of the courtyard. This is a sign of Buddhi Panya.
Interesting. I think very soon there's another similar purport coming, as he begins to talk about the Krishna Balaram temple.
Now that tree died and they got another tree? How did that happen?
The tree did die. You know the story I have about that tree, right?
Yeah, I know the story.
Should I
You
share
said
it?
a few times. You overheard your guru mentioning something about that tree.
Let's just make it sound as mundane and boring as possible. You said this. That your guru.
Your guru
interested
carved the
in the
beads and he gave
tree
you the beads and
blah,
you're the
blah,
best.
blah,
And you're the
blah,
best
blah.
disciple ever because you
Boring,
noticed this thing that he
boring.
did.
Oh, you see, why would you take it that way? Why? Why would you?
And the guru
Oh,
said, and my
Raghu,
guru said, you are the chosen
Raghu,
one, Kaustubha.
Raghu.
No, you took some of those, you took the wood and you had them carved into beads from the tree
I'll
that
say
died.
it briefly, just for people that don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's a
won't
great
bore you too
story.
long with
You're
this.
such a good disciple.
No, but I did. I heard him in a class say that when they built that temple, he thought they would cut the tree down.
You're bright.
But then they built the temple around the tree. It was in the courtyard. But he was saying that he was thinking that, oh, when they cut it down, I'll make sure I'll get beads made out of that tamal wood because the tamal is very sacred. And so, of course, that didn't happen because they built around it. But then it did die many years later,
Yeah.
like decades later. And when it died, I went and I got that wood from Indra Prabhu, who had it. He had a big thing of it in his.
Yeah, he had lots of wood in his
He had a
room.
lot of wood in his room, and then I had beads made of that, and they were given to him. Indra Prabhu told me to soak it in ghee, which I did. And then when I gave him to my guru, he couldn't believe the gift. He was like, it was very hard to give him a good gift, and
It's
this
hard
one,
to give a guru a gift.
this one was a really good one. And so he received them very gratefully, but also all that ghee on them. He was like, what is all this ghee? And I said, well, Indra Prabhu told me to soak them in ghee. He said, he gave them to me. He said, he chanted on them, and then gave them to me. And he said, now you chant on these beads, and when they're done, when all the ghee's gone, you can give them back to me.
Wow.
And he told me how to meditate on those beads, when I chant on them. And then he passed away like just less than a year later. And I still have those beads.
Still have them? Can I chant
Still
on them?
Get away from my beads.
Next time I'm over, I'm going through your whole house looking for those beads. That is truthfully, that's an incredible story. And
It is, right?
What a gift.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a gift to me. And it came
And what a
back
gift
to me.
you. Yeah.
And I had lost my initiation beads long ago. So
I lost
now,
mine too.
oh man, we're bad disciples, aren't we?
Or we're good disciples doing lots of busy
Doing lots of
things
bad
in
stuff.
this world.
Yeah,
Let's focus on the good today. Let's focus how great we are.
Okay.
I have enough self-doubt and self-deprecation going on already. Let's focus on the few little things I do good, just so I can make it through the end of the day.
Okay.
All right. Buddhi Panya. So anyway, how did they get the new tree in there?
They took I don't know, they take a branch of it, it's a seed of it, they replanted, they put a new one in there.
Hold on a second. All right, you keep talking. I got to check if my mom's okay.
What's the matter?
She's old.
Okay, I'll read the next verse. This is text 50. Those Vishnu forms, by their pure smiling, Whenever we hear this description of Lord Vishnu, it always mentions this smile. Those Vishnu forms, by their pure smiling, which resembled the increasing light of the moon, and by their sidelong glances of their reddish eyes, created and protected the desire of their own devotees, as if by the modes of passion and goodness. Well, we need to hear a commentary on this one, right?
Those Vishnu forms blessed the devotees with their clear glances and smiles, which resembled the increasingly full light of the moon. Shraya Kadaiva Chandrika Avataranam.
Taranam.
As maintainers, they glanced upon their devotees, embracing them and protecting them by smiling. Their smiles resembled the mode of goodness, protecting all the desire of the devotees, and the glancing of their eyes resembled the mode of passion. Actually, in this verse, the word raja means not passion, but affection. In the material world, rajoguna is passion, but in the spiritual world, it is affection. In the material world, affection is contaminated by rajaguna and tamoguna. But in the Suddha Sattva, the affection that maintains the devotee is transcendental. The word svakartanam refers to great desires. As mentioned in this verse, the glance of Lord Vishnu creates the desires of the devotees. A pure devotee, however, has no desires. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami comments that because the desires of the devotees whose attention is fixed on Krishna have already been fulfilled, the Lord's sidelong glances create variegated desires in relation to Krishna and devotional service. In the material world, desire is a product of Rajaguna and Tamoguna. But desire in the spiritual world gives rise to a variety of everlasting transcendental service. The word svakartanam refers to an eagerness to serve Krishna. In Vrindavan, there's a place where there was no temple.
Here it is, Raghunath. This is Prabhupada lying on his deathbed in Vrindavan. And this is a beautiful thing.
In Vrindavan, there is a place where there was no temple, but a devotee desired, let there be a temple and seva and devotional service. Therefore, that was once an empty corner. What was once an empty corner has now become a place of pilgrimage. Such are the desires of a devotee.
My God. This is a very beautiful commentary.
Mm.
You know, like on the material level, sometimes someone has beautiful eyes, you know, and they can captivate people, just the eyes.
Yeah,
right?
I know. She's like, hi.
The glance, the eyes, so beautiful.
Like a lifting of the eyebrow.
But it does something emotional, the eyes, you know.
Sure.
It touches the heart in some way. It can make people feel emotions. But imagine Krishna's eyes. They're very pinkish. You know, they almost look like they're crying all the time. And the emotion that it's saying that when Krishna looks at you and you look into Krishna's eyes, it stirs these desires. You know, like here it may stir desires of, you know, like sexual desire or, you know, romantic desire. In Krishna, it's stirring up a love through the eyes, right? Through his glance, it touches the heart. You know, when he plays his flute, it goes in the ears, it touches his heart. When he glances at you with his eyes, it goes right through your eyes and touches your heart in a way, and it stirs up feelings of love expressed through devotional service. And so when Prabhupada says here, you know, there's a place, that temple is so beautiful, that Krishna Balaram temple. It's extraordinarily beautiful. It's so sweet and just so tasteful and so special. It's like such a treasure. And he's saying there's a place where there's nothing, but Krishna glances at you and you have this feeling in your heart to serve, and beautiful things appear. You know, such are the desires of a devotee, right? That's, you know, he's speaking, he's just sharing his heart of just how Krishna touches one's heart, and then whatever you touch becomes, you know, beautiful. You know, beautiful things come from the desires of the heart of a devotee. If our heart were so pure that everything that came out of it was beautiful and wonderful and nourishing and satisfying and edifying and, wonderful, that's a devotee's heart, and the heart becomes like that through Krishna's glance.
Wise words. Thank you,
All right.
Prabhu.
Thank you. We ready? We're done?
That's it.
Margie,
we're done,
takeaways?
Prabhu.
Yeah, I think it's takeaways.
It's
Did we?
takeaway time,
Something
Mara.
was up in the air though, wasn't the Srivatsa? Did you
I didn't
drop the
find
ball on
further
that?
information. No, I looked it up, but I didn't find further
Singer.
information if
Okay,
it was a
let me see if I can
tuft.
find something. Let me see.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I begin the takeaways?
Please, Joe.
Okay.
Tufts University.
That's
I'll never think
Maybe
of
they
Tufts
know over there.
University the same.
It's the light behind everything that deserves our love.
Okay.
See Krishna as a source shining through.
He's shining through.
Interesting.
Pandavas are the real heroes.
Yeah, sure.
Focus on that which is worthy of our love and attention.
Okay,
A wise person can always see the good in others.
that's right.
Yeah.
Find people who bring out the best in you and keep them close.
Keep him close.
Are there glowworms in my heart?
Oh,
Or in my house. There's a glowworms infestation of glowworms. Wouldn't that be great?
And I used to have an infestation of ladybugs actually at my house.
Me
now don't hit
too.
the music yet,
Yeah.
Mary, because I do
Okay.
have some stuff here. But should we do this first?
Yeah, go
Or
ahead.
the end. Okay, so here's this. ChatGPT says it's more often spoken of as a tuft of hair. Here's from Bhagavatam 10:13-49. Describes Vishnu as Shrivatsa Kaustubha Vyakta, adorned with a. Yeah, well, we know that, but sometimes this ChatGPT just doesn't come. Whorl of hair, Vishnu Purana.
A whirl.
Whorl. Could one
Yeah,
hair be
whirl is
whirled
like
up?
a tuft. It's like a spinning
You'd think so.
vortex.
Here's Narada Pancharatra describes it as a subtle spiral of golden hair, always shining on the right breast of the Lord. Etymology: Shri means the goddess Lakshmi. Vatsa, beloved, mark or curl.
Huh. All right.
The tiny right turning spiral. Light.
Onward, sir.
There's so much here, Raghunath. There's so much here. It's important.
Right.
And
And you
And
can't trick the original trickster.
Nope,
trickster.
Chris Jordan, good to see you. I think that's Chris Jordan there. Old school.
So tomorrow, special show.
7 a.m.
Interview.
Check it out. We're gonna
Bring the
interview
interviews
Jiva
back.
G. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be there. You gotta be there, people. I know Kaustubha's not gonna be there. It's his day off, but it's my day.
It's my day.
We're gonna see who actually
You're gonna be
likes
like a glowworm. just like-
Kaustubha and who likes me. If you're not there, I'm gonna
Raghu and
take it
Jiva are like two squirrels.
Dude, that's right.
all squirrels all day. So I'm taking photograph of the screen right now, and I'm gonna look through the list. Who's not on there tomorrow? I have to shame people to watch the show. That's the only way it works. Are we gonna call it Wisdom of Sages?
Yes,
Yes.
it's Wisdom and Sages show. It's an
Wisdom of
interview.
Stage show. Okay. Just double checking. All right, Saraswati, good to see you. Nitina Machandra jumped on. Great to see you. And we're having a save a week day, a save a day on Sunday. If anyone wants to come to the farm for a save a day, we're gonna have prashad, and we're gonna be doing everything from planting.
What's on the menu there, Mara?
bulbs,
Track the
planting
people.
bulbs, splitting wood,
Oh, yeah.